Hello everyone. Today we will study about the analysis of the coal which we are going to use in the thermal power plant, that is a coal based steam power plant. So basically the classification of coal is based depend on the physical and chemical composition of the coal, and therefore it is necessary to study about the chemical composition and physical composition of the coals. So there are two methods which are going to be used for this analysis, that is called as a proximate analysis and ultimate analysis. So now we will see one by one. The proximate analysis, give the combustion of coal, composition of the coal in respect of the this you can see here, the respect of the moisture content, volatile metals, ash production, and the fixed carbon present in the particular coal, means which type of coal, how much carbon percentage are present there. So these four factors are related to the proximate analysis of the coal, where we can understand which type of coal is going to be used and which how much percentage of these four matters required for particular coal. So first one is the moisture. So all coal contains some percentage of moisture, means every type of coal, even anthracite coal also contains some type small amount of moisture. So the percentage vary from 3 to 30% or 1 to 40%. The moisture which is present in the coal is exists in the two form. One is a inherent and free moisture. So the inherent moisture is a combined moisture and that held in the pores of the coal, means inherent is a ultimately present in the coal, inside the coal, inherent pores surfaces of the coal. The percentage of the inherent moisture determined by the heating of the coal, means if you want to determine the percentage, then it will be decided by determining by the heating of the coal up to the 110 degree, means 110 degree, in the current of nitrogen, means nitrogen currents are particular procedure is there to find out the uh, condition of the this, and the inherent code is never be removed from the coal used for the power plants, and it is a costly process. It is generally not removed and it is a costly process. So the second one is the free moisture, which is defined as a moisture present in the coal or coal surfaces, which can be easily removed just by heating the or exposing the coal to the natural air flow or by drying with the help of air at 50 degree, means moisture, free moisture is, it can be easily removed from the coal. So however, the starting from the, if you see the four type of coals, that is peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite, the carbon the moisture content in particular this type of coals goes on decreasing, means peat having highest moisture as compared to 4, and anthracite having the least moisture as compared to the other three. So second one is the volatile metal. Volatile matter present in the coal may be up to the 50%. Generally the range is given as 3 to 50%. The volatile matter present in the coal may be combustible gases, such as it contains the gases which methane, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrocarbons, or incombustible gases like CO2 and N2, nitrogen percentage. So the presence of these incomplete gases is always undesirable, because these are undesirable because it did not add any type of heat in the system, but increase the volume of the furnace required, means it is not adding heat but indirectly it is increasing the volume of the furnace which is required for the same power output. So it, these are the undesirable matters. Say third one is the ash. So the ash is the another most undesirable constituent of the coal, although it is most undesirable, but it is produces, it is present in there. The ash present in the coal is in the two form, that is given as fly ash and fixed ash. The fixed ash present in the coal comes from the original vegetable matters and it cannot be removed from the coal before burning the coal. So the free ash comes with the coal in the form of clay, shale, pyrites. The free ash can be reduced or removed by mechanical processing of the coal, such as washing, screening. But the presence of fixed ash is more or less unavoidable. Means the presence of fixed ash, it is undesirable. Until you burn the coal, this will not be removed. So the another disadvantages is of the ash is it form the crinkles, it form irritation to the eyes, and almost there is always almost a very much advantage disadvantage for this is for the disposal of the ash, because it not completely disposed, we require to store it in the form of the wet ash. So that is most disadvantage of the ash. We know that near about 20 to 30% of the total coal burn is converted into the ash. So the next one is your ultimate analysis, and the last one remaining is carbon percentage. The carbon percentage is as high for the complete combustion. Means if you required complete combustion, if you required clean combustion, the carbon percentage should be high. In anthracite coal, it will vary from 92 to 95%. That is very much high, big amount. And peat, it is less carbon percentage present in the peat. So the ultimate analysis, moving for the ultimate analysis, although the proximate analysis of the coal does not give any idea about the suitability of the coal for the purpose of heating, means how much it is suitable for the heating, it is not shown by the proximate analysis. It also not able to find out the calorific value of the coal. This proximate analysis doesn't give us the calorific value of the coal. So the find out the chemical analysis of the coal, carbon percentage, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, ash. For finding out these gases percentage, we required the analysis, and which is called as a ultimate analysis of the coal. The chemical analysis of the coal alone is not enough to find the suitability of the coal for heating purpose. So ultimate analysis, the most of the coal indicate the following range of the various constituents. So these are the constituent, as we see earlier. Carbon is vary from the 50% to 95%. Hydrogen vary from the 1 to 5%. Oxygen varies from 2 to 40%. Sulfur 0.5 to 3%. Sulfur is most undesirable because it causes acid rains and with combination of water it forms the acids. Nitrogen 0.5 to 7%. It is also the undesirable because it causes the irritation in the eyes. So the carbon percentage is the most important role in the selection of the coal. Higher the percentage, it gives high heat value and reduction of the size of the combustion chamber. Hydrogen, it is always assumed that the part of hydrogen exists in the coal in the combined form of the oxygen known as the inherent moisture. Means as we see in the proximate analysis, there is an inherent moisture. Means indirectly it is a combination with oxygen, it is a hydrogen which is always present in the coal. So it is always objectionable, which is carried the heat with the flue gases without taking part in the combustion. So the high percentage of the hydrogen is always undesirable. Free percentage of the hydrogen is always desirable, and it increases the heat value of the coal, but combination of the hydrogen is not desirable with the oxygen. Free hydrogen is desirable. Next is oxygen. Oxygen which is present in the coal is always combined form with the hydrogen, as we know. Low percentage of oxygen is always desirable as it reduces the percentage of hydrogen available in the free heating. Means as soon as the percentage of oxygen is as much low as possible, so the hydrogen percentage will be less with combination, although it is a free hydrogen we require. Nitrogen percentage of nitrogen in the coal does not play any important role in the combustion and calculation, and it has no heating value. So there is always undesirable of the presence of the nitrogen, because it didn't take part in the combustion process and didn't give or add heat value in the combustion, so it is undesirable, although it is, and also it is create the irritation in the eyes. Same way the sulfur is also undesirable, or the percentage generally vary from 0.5 to 7%. It add little heating value but furnishes many undesirable characteristics. As we know that sulfate, iron sulfide, organic sulfur compounds, high percentage of sulfur is highly objectionable, because the sulfur is responsible for the clinkering, slagging, corrosion of air, preheaters, economizer, stakeholders. Means the percentage, although it is add the heat value, but the larger amount in the, if you see in the larger scale, it is undesirable. So as much as the sulfur percentage should be as low as much in the coal percentage. So this is all about your proximate and ultimate analysis. So ash is remaining. The ash is always, it is a residue from the combustion. As we know that 20 to 30% is product of the combustion, which how much coal we have burned. The total combustion of the coal is uh, before that 20 to 30% of the total combustion of the coal is converted into the ash. So this is all about your proximate and ultimate analysis. Thank you.